Are you on?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What am I inspired by?
I don't know.
Or
What inspires me? Damn, I don't know. It's a complex question.
We're graduate students. We're not inspired. Oh, that's a really difficult question.
In general,
Shit, nothing.
I'm inspired by other people, by artists.
I'm inspired by a person who's willing to put themselves out there.
I'm inspired by being happy with my surroundings and the people around me. I'm also inspired by money, but I'm so confused between the two now, and one should be going with the other.
Well, I'm inspired by my parents. It seems like all the things that they've been able to provide for me, they didn't have us while they were younger, and so it seems like I'm very appreciative of what they're able to give me, and in turn what I can give back, like, to the world and to them.
I read a lot of books when I was little, and I was always really inspired by them. They were like, I don't know, there were books that I probably shouldn't have been reading, like Marquez and Steinbeck, and I didn't always understand what it meant, but I knew that the words were important. I always wanted to write words like that.
What am I inspired by?
Music. I'm inspired by music, absolutely.
Well, I'm inspired by a lot of things. Mostly nature, I think.
I feel a little kind of cliche saying it, but I'm pretty inspired by my dad.
Just new experiences, like just the unknown.
I dance a lot, just not in a disco or anything, but just listening to music. Sometimes music is really inspiring, and it kind of is like in spirit, like in the creator sense of the word. To be inspired, that's me, running around like I'm 15 years old.
Interesting people, actually. It doesn't really matter what they do, but as long as they're convinced about what they do and can convince me that it's awesome what they do. I like that.
But I'm more inspired by like seeing stuff that's wrong, like with the world or with people, and like trying to fix that, I guess.
Rachel Maddow. Things that are positive. And I'm also inspired by things that are negative. I'm inspired by contradictions because it is me, it's everything around me.
I don't know, I mean, really unorthodox, original thinking does inspire me.
If I had to say something, I'd be inspired by, I guess stories from my family, I guess, could have inspired me.
I think when people are really, really good or excellent at something, I think it's very inspiring, even if you're into something that's very different.
I'm
thinking about the play that we just saw, and I felt that was really inspiring.
Right.
I think the reason why it was inspiring was because it took something that should have been familiar, but made me see it in a completely different way.
I'm inspired by people that do impressive things but are pretty humble about it.
Oh, geez, that's an interesting one. I am inspired by a lot of different types of music, especially. I feel like that's a pretty big way that people sort of shape the way they interact with the world.
I'm inspired by people who do one thing for a really long time and become proficient at it.
I don't know, poetry, good art. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. It's also your relationship to the poetry. It's how that material came to you.
What are you inspired by?
I'd say right now, family and love.